Okay guys, so I'm going to try and do a quick little tutorial to show you how to import the planners into GoodNotes 5, and also to walk through some really high-level GoodNotes basics. So this is GoodNotes 5, and you're going to go into the Facebook group, into the Files section, and choose whatever planner it is that you want to download, and download it from there. Basically, all of the planners that are loaded up there are going to be actually PDF documents. So when you download them, and you know, a lot of time they'll download to your downloads folder, and they'll show in there as a PDF document. So once you've downloaded it, you'll go to your downloads folder, find the document, make sure that it's there. I can see, okay, I'm gonna pull in this plus version. And so in GoodNotes, you're gonna come to kind of the main page, wherever it is that you want to put the planner within GoodNotes, and you're gonna tap this plus new button. From there, you're gonna choose import. And then you may have to navigate to whatever folder it is that you downloaded to. Most likely it's going to be your downloads folder. So I know that that's where mine is. I'm going to go ahead and scroll and find the document that I want to import, which is going to be this plus version. I'm going to go ahead and choose it, and it automatically imports it right there. So I can see here that this is the plus version of the planner. And when I tap on that, it'll go ahead and open it up. It really should be that easy. Once you download it from the files in the Facebook group, you just find it wherever you've downloaded it to, and from the GoodNotes app, choose your import option, and there you go. The planner is up and in your GoodNotes folder, or in your GoodNotes app, I should say. So just a few high-level things with GoodNotes itself. The biggest thing to make sure that you know about is going to be this pencil option. I kind of refer to this as it's like a toggle button. You're toggling between navigating and between actually editing. And by editing, I mean writing on your planner and that kind of thing. So whatever the default is, this is where it has been turned into navigation. And if I tap on this again, you can see you get the toolbar, and that's how you know that you're in the editing version. So tap it off and the toolbar goes away, tap it on, the toolbar is back. So I'm going to tap it off so that I can navigate the planner itself. And I'll kind of walk you through my planner specifically that I've created for the example. So a couple other things with GoodNotes. You've also got up here these 4 boxes. If you tap that, that's going to give you a really high level of the document itself. So this is page 1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth. It's really good to help you know where your pages are in the planner. So, you know, you scroll down here and you'll get to the daily pages and such. You can also, that's in the thumbnails view, you can also, you can mark any of these pages as a favorite, and by doing that, you're going to do that with this bookmark button. That is how you actually favorite a page. And then you also have this outline. You can add any page to the outline and give it a name, and then quickly navigate to it from here. But more often than not, you're just going to be in this thumbnails view. Like I mentioned, this bookmark looking icon up here is going to be your option to favorite a page. So if you wanted to favorite something that maybe isn't one of the tabs, you can favorite it that way, give it a name, and then you can go to it within your outline. This option here, this is kind of like a standard Apple icon, if you will. You see it a lot in different areas iOS, whether it be on your phone, whether it be on your iPad, or even on your MacBook or iMac. That's going to give you, I think the biggest thing that I use that for within GoodNotes is when I'm sharing plans with my accountability group. I will actually, from, say this is my daily page or my daily plan, I will export just a copy of that page, and I'll do it as an image, and it'll give you the option when you do that. If you just scroll up here a little bit, save as image, it'll actually save that as a picture to your camera roll, and then you can just drop it in your group text or whatever with your accountability group. So that's really the biggest thing I use that for in GoodNotes. We'll get into adding a page. This is an option where it'll allow you to add a page before or after, or add a page at the very end of the document. More often than not, I'm always going to add a page after whatever page I'm on. And it gives you options of what page you want to add, or if maybe you're importing like a stats page or something that you found in the group that you want to stick in one of the notebook sections in the planner, you can do that with this import button down here as well. So that's a pretty handy thing to use. I'll maybe do another video where I go into a little more detail on actually doing some of those kind of more advanced, if you will, things. These three dots up here, I don't use this a whole lot. I would say the biggest thing, I mean, you've got your options in there, which will help with odds and ends. But I would say the biggest thing that I ever use this three dots for is going to be if I want to clear a page. So if I lay down some stickers or maybe make some quick notes on a page or something, and I want to just erase the whole page at one time, you can hit that clear page option, and it'll just take everything you've either laid down as a sticker or any handwriting or any text, like everything on the page that you have edited or added, it'll remove it in one go, and it's just for that one page you're on. So we'll go ahead and jump into the planner itself. The tag on the front is always hyperlinked straight to the monthly page. So but that actually isn't the first page in the planner. So if you go back to the 4 squares here, you can see it's actually the 5th page in the planner. There are 3 pages other than the cover ahead of it. So by tapping that link on the cover page, you're hopping past, you're hopping past those other 3 pages straight to the actual calendar itself. So it's just kind of a quick jump button, if you will. And you can always just scroll with your fingers or whatever. So basically, if you, from the front page, and you just scroll to the right, depending on how you have your GoodNotes, some people have scrolling so it goes this direction. I have it so it scrolls just 1 page at a time. That feels more like a paper planner to me. So you've got your setting my 60-day goals. There's nothing really special as far as links go on that page. Creating my ideal day, creating the ideal schedule. All of these things you can see are actually up here at the top. So as long as you're in, you're in your navigation mode, not your edit mode, you can tap any of these tabs along the sides. So if I wanted to hop straight back to the goals, I can just do that, and it hops me straight back to that page. You can hop straight to the month. You can hop straight to habits, stats. You could keep going. So here's something, or here's a way that you would maybe use this plus or add a page button. Sorry, I thought my kids were coming in. So say you're doing a discovery worksheet. Say you've done a few of them. So if I want to see like how many I have default in the planner, looks like I put 4 of those in. Say you've done the last one and you're like, oh, I've run out of discovery worksheets. On the last page, you can actually hit this plus, add a page button, and it will take the template that is on the page that you're currently on, and you want to add after, and just hit that current template, and it's going to give you another page. So now if I go up here, I can see I now have 5. Another way you can do this, say you're at the beginning of the month and you want to add a few at a time, you can actually come to this thumbnail view and tap that little, I don't think I can. Tap the little down carrot looking thing, and you can duplicate that as many times as you want. So you can add lots of them at the front end of your month so that you have more of those available to you. And you can do that really with any page. So like I think this is where the call notes page begins. Yeah, so these call notes, that call note tab at the top, you can see here it's only got these 2 line pages. So it's likely that you're going to want a whole lot more than that, and you can duplicate that as many times as you want without breaking any of the links in the planner. So that's always a really nice feature to have. If you find that you're running out of pages, you just go ahead and duplicate them within your thumbnails view, or you can just from the last page in that section, just go ahead and add the page and the current template, and it'll keep adding them however many times you want. So let's see, some of the other things, week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from the month page itself, you've got week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down the side here. You can actually, those are tappable links that will take you to that first page in the weekly section. And then within the weekly section, you've got these buttons at the top that'll allow you to hop around just for that week. You can go to the plan, which is the page we're on now. You can hop to the intentions. From the intentions, you can hop back to the plan. You could go to your weigh-in, your deep dive page, back to your plan. So those buttons are all within just that week, okay? So again, from the monthly page, you can tap the week here, or you can tap the week up here, depending on, if you're on a daily page and you want to hop to your week, you might use the tabs up at the top here. So these tabs will be on your planner, no matter what page you are on within it. And then down here at the very bottom, you've got some extra sections. What I like to use the extra sections for is if I want to carve out maybe, like right now we're doing the handling the holidays, which is like the special course, or maybe I'm going to do like one of the other self-study courses or the book club. I could dedicate one of these sections to whatever I want it to be. So you can tap one of those tabs, you can give it a name. So I'll hop in here and I'll say, maybe this is going to be book club. I can label my little section. Maybe I want to make it look a little cuter, make it a little bigger, kind of drag it around there and be like, okay, that's going to be my section 1 is going to be my book club. And then you swipe in and you're in your book club section. One of the other things that I did do is actually, all of the sections have line pages. So you could always, say you wanted to add a blank page, you can do that. At the very back, I always include a blank page at the bottom or the very last page within your planner. So you can take that page and you could duplicate it, and you can see the sections are at the end of the planner. So I duplicated that page and I can literally just tap and drag it behind that divider. And now within this divider, if I swipe, I have a blank page. Maybe you want to have like a vision board, or maybe you want to put one of the other template type pages that you could download from the website or something like that. That's always an option too. Okay, so then you have all of these numbered tabs. That's obviously the days of the month. So it allows you to quickly hop to any day. Like say we were in December now, we want to hop to the 22nd. You can hit 22nd, it takes you straight to that daily page. So the daily page in the plus version of the planners, because I always upload 2 versions, a plus version and an OG version. The plus version, the first page in that sequence is going to be your daily schedule. Then you have your plan, then you have your assessment, and then you have your journal page. And you have all of those pages for every day of the month. So schedule, plan, assessment, journals, schedule, plan, assessment, journals. So they literally go in order. You can always use these buttons up here to hop between those pages for that day. So this is my plan. This is in my brain. I'm like, this is my schedule. Here's what I wrote out as my plan. And then this is, I'm checking and assessing how the day went, and then the pencil for the journal. So you can hop around quickly. If you ever do this, you just want to tap that guy right there. So you can hop around. I can go to the schedule and be like, oh, I want a journal. I'm going to go to the journal page. So you can hop around using those, and these are always within that day. And I think that probably covers all of the basic pages. So I'll hop to the month. And, these pages are not linked because obviously I made the planners so that you could use them any month. Or you could use the same December one for December next year if you really liked the pattern and colors in this one. The only other thing I would mention as far as navigating using the links would be this cute little heart up at the top. That just kind of closes your book. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna close my book. I'm done with my plan for the day. If you didn't want to come back to the same page, it's just a nice to have, if you will. So really, what I always do with my planners is I will hop in and I will, I'll plug in, like I'll put all my dates on and all that kind of thing. So I have the sticker kit that I created. It includes the hex colors that go with whatever the design is for the month. And within here, you've got date dots. So you've got 2 colors to choose from. You've got the days of the week, little labels. You've got some month labels. There are various shapes. These ones, oops, let me turn your lasso is going to be what you use to grab and move things. So these ones are actually transparent little boxes that you could use. These circles are not. So it just is really personal preference if you want a white in the middle or if you want it to be transparent. And then you've got the flags, the squares, and just solid dots. And this sticker kit navigates just like the planners do. So these tabs are all linked. So you can hop around. I can go back to the days, or I can jump ahead to the washi. I've got various washies in here. So like these cute little Christmas trees, just this cute little polka dot-ish pattern, the leaves, and these are thicker ones. And then you've got like the label with a white square on top so that you could add your own handwriting or text to it. And then you've got some skinny washi too. And I'll go into kind of how I use those. You've then got these icons, which you can take the icons and actually add them to the labels, and I'll kind of show how I might use those. You've got 2 pages of labels. These ones with like a little checkbox that you can check off. These that are more like appointments, so you can put an appointment time in there. You've got these plain colors that the top half are actually, they're solid colors. So you can see, you can't see through them, but these ones at the bottom here are actually transparent. So you can see that you can basically see through them, almost use them like a highlighter. And then after the labels, we've got just some fun stuff, some basically kind of some different art that matches the color scheme for that month. So you've got those art type things. And then you've got the last page is more seasonal. So I try and keep like these ones the same month over month, and I just update the colors so that they match. And then this very last page is just some more seasonal different stuff. So that's everything that is in, sorry, the kitties are starting to roll around in the corner here. Everything that's in the sticker kit. So for me, what I really like to do when I'm planning, and you may notice like this looks super narrow and weird, but up here, when you're in, you're in your edit mode, you can see, well, you're not gonna be able to see if I make it bigger, but up here is a little book. If you tap that, it's actually gonna allow you to open it in a split screen view. So I hit open in a new window, and then I drag this over, so you can see there's like this line here in the middle. I drag this over, and this actually fits perfectly off in the side. So then I've got my planner, and now I can start doing like my date dots or whatever in order to decorate my planner. So I'm gonna hop to the calendar page. And normally how I'll begin with my decorating is I'll just do whatever washi it is that I like. So you can't click and drag. Let me point that out. You can't, you've got to copy and then paste. So I'm gonna copy this cute little kind of Christmas tree washi, tap and hold, hit paste. Every now and then with GoodNotes, when you drop a picture in, it actually might drop it in looking a little crooked. So if you hop to the photo tool and tap on whatever you just dropped again and drag it, it'll kind of snap it straight. That probably sounded a little confusing. I don't really know how else to explain it though, because that's literally what happens. So I just kind of lay this like at the very top, right about there, tap off of it. And then I'm gonna add my month. So I hop over here, hop to my navigation mode, go to the months, and then you'll want your lasso, copy, and then I'm gonna drop that on this page. These months have like a little white background, so it helps them to stand out kind of. So I've got my month in there. Then I'm gonna add some dates. So I'm obsessed with pink, which is not probably very surprising because most of my planners have a pink element to them. So you can lasso all of the date dots at one time and then copy them together, paste them over. When you've got this square, when you paste them down, you'll have this square. So you can kind of scroll in and then move one. So I'm centering this one, and that's really big. So I actually want to scale these down so that they fit better. And I'm using this guy down here. So say I did that and I'm like, oh, that's still a little bit too big. You've still got them all in the same place, so you can literally circle them again with your lasso and then tap on one of them and you can resize and you get that box again. So I say, okay, oops, see, now I just did that again. Tap, resize, and you're back to being able to define the size a little bit better. I think that looks good. So one of the reasons that I number that I keep them 7 across, and I always do my 29, 30, 31 as the next row, is it makes it easy when you're laying down dots. So for December, let's see, Monday, or I'm sorry, the first day of December is a Wednesday. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 6 and 7. And I'm on my lasso. I want to make sure I'm on my lasso. I'm going to kind of pull these out of the way. I pull those out of the way. Oh, where did they go? Oh, there they go. So I can start, I circle them all, and I just kind of drop them. Tap off, circle the rest. This is why I keep them in these 7 and columns, because it makes it a lot easier to drop all your dots down. So I will speed up the video and come back and you'll be able to see what we'll do next. All right, let's try this again. Go to my picture guy again. Went a little bit too wide that time. I'm just trying to flush it to those gray lines. So that actually looks pretty good. Pull it to the end, and then I'm gonna go with crop again, pull it down, then I'm gonna, so I'm like that second leaf on that guy. And second leaf, and that still isn't quite right. So because it's such a small adjustment at this point, I'll just kind of squeeze it a little bit with the buttons. All right, that looks good. And this is 2 as well, so I can just copy this where I've already done it, already measured it out, and drop it down, and there you go. So that looks pretty good. I mean, if I wanted to, I could then go and add like some of the cute stuff, like maybe the snowflake's really cute. Decorate maybe this gingerbread man. Maybe you want to drop that guy up here. I don't know, decorate it however you want. So then, you know, you can go ahead and you could create, you know, whatever you got going on in the month. I tend to just do my no BS phone calls in my calendar page, but you may use this for, you know, for your home and all that kind of thing. So, and some other ways that I might use like the icons and things like that is I'll pull in, let's see what color, whoops. Color are the icons. So the icons are this blue. So if I pull in this blue label down here, you can actually layer on, you know, say maybe I've got like a doctor's appointment or something. So see, this guy is a little crooked. I hit my photo and voila, now he's straight. So I'll use that guy, and then, what did I say? I was gonna have a doctor's appointment. So I'll grab this little doctor thing and paste it down, and because it matches, it'll look like it's all one sticker. And then you can still move it. So, you know, say I'm like, oh, I don't really mean to do that on the 17th. Grab both of them and move it to wherever you want it. You know, and then you can be, you know, throw down a quick, no, I probably shouldn't have moved my iPad like that. You know, appointment. Ooh. Oh, look, after all that. This GoodNotes, I don't know what it is. I just got a new iPad and it is being super finicky. So say I did that and I'm like, oh, that looks really big. I actually want that writing to be a little bit smaller. I can select it where I'm just selecting the handwriting. So if I turn off images and text boxes with my lasso and, oops, let me make sure I get all the handwriting, circle it again and tap it, I can do resize and I could just take that down. I'm like, okay, I like that. And then, you know, you'll likely want to turn those things back on. Say you want to grab the box, but not the handwriting. You could turn the handwriting off, grab the box. Note, I didn't grab the icon, so it's just going to take the box. Or if I meant to grab the icon as well, I can grab both because they're layered together and just pull the two. If I want to grab all of it, including the handwriting, because maybe actually it was the 17th, I can turn all of those back on and move the whole thing over. So that's kind of how I use the icons with the labels together and why I have those. You know, obviously you can do the same thing with your schedule pages. Oh, this is not the schedule version. This is the plus version. So you heard me mention at the very beginning of this video, there's a plus version, and this one here is actually what I label the OG version. So the OG version is the one that I use, and from this version, when you tap on the days, the numbered days down the side, it takes you just to the plan page, and you'll see there's no calendar option here because I don't have a daily schedule in this version. So when I tap these in the OG version, it takes you straight to the plan. But if you're in this plus version and you tap on the numbers, it's going to take you to the first page of the daily, which is the daily schedule. So hopefully that made sense. That's the difference between the two planners that I upload every month. So again, you could, let's see, maybe I want to do some time blocking, for instance, on the schedule. That's where people tend to like these transparent boxes. So you can grab whatever color you feel like, copy it, go ahead and lay it down. Stretch it out so it hits the width. These labels are actually measured so that you don't have to crop them, so to speak. So you can basically add any one of these. They're sized the same, and you just stretch them out, and they should perfectly fit down inside. Sorry, my kitty's sneezing. This one, see how this one's a little bit crooked? You got some white space. So again, hit your photo button, tap on it, and then just drag down, and it snaps it. And it straightens it and kind of snaps it to the straight angles. So these you don't have to crop and what have you. But with the plain boxes and also the transparent boxes, the nice thing about these is you can stretch them out so that they cover a bigger period of time. So say I want to block out like 3 hours for an event or something. You lay it down, you get it stretched so that it fits the one box. You turn on your photo tool, tap it. Oh, it's going to give me that same problem again. Oh, no, it's not. There it goes. And then you just drag. Oops, don't do that. You drag this up, and it stretches it out. And now I have a 2-hour time block from 11 to 1. But I can still see the lines underneath. If I didn't want to see the lines underneath, then grab one of these solid ones, drop that one down, and this is just how I do it. I stretch it out so that I get the width where I want it, close enough. Turn to my photo and then stretch it back out, and now I've got let's take it to the hour. Now I've got a time block that is a solid. So you've got your transparent, which are these guys at the bottom. They look a little bit lighter. And then the solid color like this, which is the top ones. And then, you could also, maybe you want to mark that you're going out to dinner. So let me hop over to the fun stuff. I know I have a cute little knife and fork here. I'm gonna copy. I'm gonna lay this down on top. I did not pick well because it's pink, but you can see it on this one. Or maybe I have a work call. I'm going to put this little computer, and you can layer this guy on top. And that's how you make them bigger. Turn them, whatever. And then add your, whatever your meeting is. I don't like the fountain pen, by the way. I only ever use the ballpoint pen. And my default is that gray. So, meeting 2 to 4 p.m. And again, you could grab this whole thing if you've got all of these guys turned on, which I do. Grab the whole thing and move it and whatever. So that's really how I kind of, you could, maybe you want to use like one of these icons to mark your steps for the day. My lasso. Get my cute little shoe. I'm gonna drop it down because I'm gonna capture this at the end of the day. And I took, I don't know, 9,564 steps for the day. You could use that to log that. So that's basically how I use the stickers with the planner. And that's how you kind of navigate the planner, and then the difference between the two. So again, that's pretty much it. Just have fun. I mean, I know that's the advice I always give everybody whenever they're new to digital planning. You can't make a big production out of it. You've got to make it so that it's fun and enjoyable, and there you go. I don't even know what else to add. So hopefully you found this helpful. And I hope you guys like my planners. I make them for myself, and that's the reason I throw them in the Facebook group. So anyway, happy planning, and let me know if you have any other questions. Thanks, guys.